They're the couple who've become food influencers across Zambia and beyond.
That was the game changer. It was a Thursday night and I said, William, let's go live.
They take everyday ingredients and try to show people recipes that they can cook and afford.
We try to cook different versions of meals.
Lulu and William Wood from the Wood Kitchen give me some cooking tips and the secret to their success.
That's when William's face came onto camera. And I think that's where the Wood Kitchen was born, really.
I'm Martine Dennis, and this is Africa Here and Now. Lulu and William, thank you so much for inviting me into your kitchen. A magnificent location. We'll have a look at that later, no doubt. But first of all, tell me, explain how you've got into this. You've got one of the most popular, basically a cookery show, basically, but there's a lot more than that, and we can get to that later. But how did you get into cooking online and getting so many followers?
Well, I think it started when we got married and I was really trying to be a good Zambian wife and feed a different palate than what I was used to. So I was trying to get these recipes online and I would share in my stories on Instagram, especially, what I've cooked today, what worked, what didn't work. They saw a lot of burnt stuff. They saw a lot of it was really interesting. But then also I started getting little clips of him cooking and his hands alone because Mr. Wood was, don't put me on the media. Like, I don't do interviews and I never want my face on.
However,
fast forward.
COVID happened and a lot of people, our lives were turned upside down and our work was just not where it was supposed to be. And we still had responsibilities. And so we sat down and looked at what we had in our hands. I love using that expression. What do you have in your hands? What are the talents you have? What can you do? And one thing we realized is we can cook and share. And it started out as, a website. We invested a bit of what we had at the time and built a website, took pictures, started posting. And then one day we took the phone and I think that was the game changer.
Yeah, that was a Thursday night.
It was a Thursday night and I said, William, let's go live. Please, can you, I know your face is not supposed to be shown, but you take a video of me. And the kids were around and they were much younger, making noise, but they're part of the live. And Asante started reading the comments. William is reading the comments. And there was so much interaction from that. And then the next Thursday, William says, what are we cooking today?
Oh, I see.
And that's when William's face came onto camera. And I think that's where the Wood Kitchen was born, really. That's when we connected with our audience. That's when we connected. And it was an audience from across Africa, I remember, because it was COVID.
No, I mean that was a time, wasn't it? A time for everybody. There is basically in life, there's before and after, isn't there?
Yeah.
But so William, you came into this knowing how to cook.
Yes. So we've loved cooking and entertaining for the longest time. So mom was like, no son of mine is not going to know how to cook. So you better, start tinkering in the kitchen. So it's something that we've always enjoyed. So a lot of Christmas lunches, Christmas dinners, the house over there on the side of the farm was entertainment central. So which be my brother and I get the braai set up, grill the meat, do the potato salads and whatnot. So I think cooking's been a passion since we're quite young. So yeah.
But how typical is that then of a Zambian guy today?
You know what? Today things are changing, we must say, because we had a discussion last night saying that we did a Nkungulume Wednesday, which is basically Bachelor Wednesday. And the response from that was amazing. So even now, a lot of young guys are like, oh, I tried your recipe out and whatever it is. So a lot of guys anyway nowadays, it's gaining more and more momentum. But initially for a Zambian man to be in the kitchen and cooking, you hardly ever see that.
All right, which brings me to the fundamentals here. I mean, how would you describe Zambian cuisine? What is it?
We really honor our flavors, our natural flavors. We had a friend visit recently, Miss Mandy from Kenya, and she's a big foodie. And I loved hearing her perspective on our food. And she says it's very simple. And sometimes you forget how just simple tomato, onion, and cooking oil and salt tastes, and that they can be just sweetness from just that simple gravy. And that's how we do it, just very simple, not a lot of spices. So with the Wood Kitchen, we've tried to say we can infuse this and that, but they are
We put the
traditional.
spice to the Zambian
Yes.
food.
we love our vegetables. We are very big on our vegetables. Our peanuts are a huge part of our food, especially ground peanuts. We love our meat. Our fish, tilapia, is very popular. Our chicken. So chicken, beef, and fish are really highlighted. And with fish, we have it in so many different ways. And you can tell that we understood what preserving was. So there's the dried little fish that was like sardines,
Capenta. Yeah.
that we really enjoy. It's become a delicacy now. For some reason, it's become quite expensive.
Oh, yes, because we did the capenta, but that was a fresh one. We did
the fresh capenta.
Sambaza, that was a Mozambican twist on it.
Yeah. We love to localize and also just learn. I think for us, it's also fusion food. But when it comes to Zambian food, I feel there's just so much around it, but we really honor the natural flavor of whatever we cook. So you'll find bean leaves we do not waste. I think we're a sustainable food culture here because we'll eat the bean leaves, we'll eat the hibiscus leaves, different kinds, blackjack leaves, pumpkin leaves, and we prepare them in different ways, some dried, some are not. So you can tell that we are very seasonal in some of the vegetables. So some are eaten fresh and then some are preserved dry, and there's different ways of cooking them. We also eat a number of roots. So depending on which province you come from, Zambia is so rich in culture, and each province has brings something different to the table. And we've been honored to travel across the country learning about our different foods. And today we have something that is
speciality.
Special.
It looks like a cake.
It's a savory cake. That's a great description. It's really a savory cake. It's called our African polony. It's chikanda, made out of an orchid tuber and pounded groundnuts, and they're cooked together. Sometimes they add a bit of garlic. The wild basil also is added in, and it's cooked and baked to some extent. We do a traditional bake of sorts. And finally, you have this beautiful firm cake, and it's a great vegan, food, such a great vegan food and easy to eat. It's a street food also for Zambians. You find the women carrying it on their head and they're going to give it to you with the salsa, selling it on the corners. And it's something that we truly enjoy, but also something that the Wood Kitchen has started to play around with and show what more our food can be as Zambians.
Now, in West Africa, I've got to tell you this, they're often quite dismissive of cuisine in this part of the continent.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not spicy.
You need
we'll have it on the side. So you go to our markets, there's always chili on the side. Yeah, there's chili on the side, fresh chili on the side especially. And that's how we'll have our pepper. And I know West Africans say, this is too plain. But listen, sometimes just taste the food in its natural state. Let's respect the natural flavors.
So we've got chikanda in front of us. I'm absolutely astonished by this. This is Zambian polony.
Yes.
I think, William, you're taking charge of this.
Yes.
You're going to show us what to do with it.
Yeah. So we're taking chikanda Far East. We're going to do a stir fry. So I've already got, obviously, the chikanda cut up into little beautiful julienne. Am I saying it correctly? Julienne
he really
chikanda.
Likes to show that he knows his fancy, culinary terms.
So we're taking it all the way Far East. So we've got a bit of soy sauce, some water, your sesame oil, hoisin sauce, a bit of lemon as well, shaoxing wine, cooking wine, and last but not least, we're going to make a little slurry just to thicken that kind of the sauce so that it coats the chikanda perfectly. So without further ado, let's get
Let's see what you got with.
Yes.
So as he's starting out, I love to flex about the fact that some of the ingredients we're using are homegrown. And as a Wood Kitchen, that's something that we're really passionate about. Influencing our, audience to grow their own food. we have so much land in Zambia. And even where there's not much land, you can still grow, in a little tire or a sack. So we really encourage that we grow our own food. So a number of items are from our garden. Yes. So today our carrots are from the garden and the red onion. My peppers are still growing, so I got them from my neighbor.
Wow, West Africans.
And we also have some fresh herbs from our herb garden. So I've really been enjoying just exploring also different herbs that might not necessarily be mainstream here, but we continue to learn and appreciate new flavors.
How seasonal is a lot of the produce that you use?
So they're
Gotcha.
quite seasonal.
Get rid of
Just
the
gonna
water bubble.
stand here. They're quite seasonal, and we've had to understand how to either preserve, but when they're out of season, the stores normally have the imported stuff. But what we are trying to do, especially this year, is we are trying to grow and eat the seasonal vegetables and see how we can to learn really which vegetables do well in what season, to also help our audience understand that, and then understand how to preserve. So we've got a lot of peas right now in the garden, and we are now shelling it and freezing it, and seeing what else can we do with the peas besides just how we would normally eat it. But yeah, a lot of our food is seasonal, and trust me, we are continuously learning in the Wood Kitchen when it comes to our garden and the food. But it's been an exciting journey so far.
So funny story, when we began during COVID, just after COVID, right? So we got invited by two young ladies, they know themselves. So we get there, Wood Kitchen, first paying gig as well.
Yes.
So we get into, and we did prawns, rice, and there was another veg.
I think we did some veg and a salad.
Oh, no, and it was the crayfish as well. So we get there, crayfish perfect, prawns are absolutely good, vegetables are on point, but William messed up the rice.
And I couldn't help because I am terrible at rice too.
Now, rice is deceptively difficult to cook, isn't it?
It is. And depending on the kind of rice, and our rice locally here is absolutely delicious, by the way. Great aroma, but quite sticky. So it's fantastic for sushi. We've had a number of chefs tell us this, that the local rice is fantastic for sushi. And I love to hear that. But that means it's even harder to cook. Yeah. So we literally ended up making what was that? Very soggy rice. Rice pudding. We tried saving it, but we do make a lot of culinary mistakes because a lot of times also we're just trying out new things and we're trying to see what flavors will work and what won't work. I remember trying to get some lettuce, and I cooked the lettuce in the peanut sauce because we had a company, Woolworths, that's mainly in South Africa, and they were featuring us in their magazine. So we were trying to look for a vegetable that they can use to put in the peanut sauce. And I picked the wrong lettuce. There's types of lettuce that work, and there's some that taste like, I don't know if you ever got malaria and had to take chloroquine.
Yes.
Exactly. Absolutely revolting. So there have been many mistakes.
But that's the beauty of it. I mean, you always tinker and then finally come up with something that's palatable and then tweak it a little bit more and everybody's like ranting and raving about it. So I think that's the beauty about cooking.
You've got thousands of people following you. What do you think people enjoy most? Is it you two or is it the recipes?
I think what we found was it was a Zambian family resonating with a Zambian couple. So it was very organic, very homegrown. I think it's like, that's us on the first.
Representation.
Yeah.
They felt seen. It's like, that's a family like me. They got a pot like mine. It's not a perfect pot. It's got
the chaos.
Scratches and all this chaos in there. But they also really do appreciate that we are cooking food they know. Food that's accessible. We are teaching them where to get certain foods. So it's a mix of both, but I do feel just besides Lulu and William, they've come to see the kids also pop up here and there. As they are older, they want to be on screen less and less, and we respect that. They used to be really big on the screen and they loved it, but now Yeah, we grow older, but it's a mix of both. I think for a lot of our Zambian audience, it's representation. They see themselves in us. They see they see us grow with them. They've seen us from a little cottage kitchen where we started. Yeah. We didn't start in a kitchen like this. Our house was as big as the room you're in right now. Actually smaller than this room you're in right now. When we started the wood kitchen, we were saving to build a home. So I really feel the connection comes from...
They gave her the whole PowerPoint presentation.
Oh yeah, he gave me a PowerPoint presentation to move into a cottage and not rent.
Okay. And you won.
We're here.
Now, there's a cost of living crisis around the world, and food inflation is a real problem, particularly here in Zambia. How far do you have to take into account the fact that your audience may be struggling financially?
So, we are very aware of where we are, the limitations, what's happening with the economy, what's happening with electricity. And so we try to cook different versions of meals. So one that will be very affordable, and we are big on eating at home also. And that was an economic decision for us to eat more at home. So even as we cooked and before we even started the business, it was something that we really did. We didn't eat out a lot. So we were trying to cut costs. And sometimes we share. If we went out, oxtail, a plate of oxtail with 2 pieces would cost over 350 kwacha. While if we eat at home, that 350 kwacha will not just buy the oxtail, but will buy a few potatoes and make a meal for 6. So we really try to show that, and beyond that also pay homage to our local foods. What is accessible to you right now? What is accessible in your garden? We are pushing you to grow your own food because it's a more affordable option. We are using clean energy now. And a lot of people before we had load shedding, we're not cooking on gas. There was a huge idea that gas is so dangerous and you shouldn't have it in your home. And this is something without even being paid, we are pushing for. Let's use gas. Charcoal is not great for the environment, but also it's also become very expensive. So how do you then, work with where we are right now with the economy? So we push for that. Another thing we're very big on is let's be honest about where we are. And so people continue to grow with us. Listen, we couldn't afford this before, and now we can afford this. We have prawns today, guys. It's not something we can afford every day. But here we do, but there's a cheaper option now. We've got our own local crayfish. So introducing something like that that's even more affordable to our market that was not usually eaten, but we are now teaching this is how you're going to eat it. This is how you're going to, cook it. So yeah, we try as much as possible to be very aware of what is happening, especially with the audience we know we influence, the demographic that we speak to, and also through our community kitchen. We've got a 10-station community kitchen that we have. And through the community kitchen, it also teaches us a lot as we ask questions to the women in the farming community that we are in, the men, the young men that also come to our community kitchen about what's going on. So it keeps us aware and up to date also, and helps us then know how we can position our content and the food we cook.
So affordability is a major consideration.
Yeah.
What about health benefits? Because of course there's so many of us that are overweight. We've been eating badly, eating ultra processed foods. I mean, is that something that you're actively working against, trying to encourage better eating?
I think, well, especially with what we do here at the farm. I mean, we're lucky we've got obviously a big space to actually plant a lot of our vegetables and whatnot. But the one thing which stands out for me in Zambia is that a lot of people have a patch of grass in the back. And then we push a lot of the after 5 kind of farming, saying, guys, if you've got a 2x3 plot or whatever it is, put some carrots in the ground, put some kale in the ground. And at the end of the day, you're not buying any processed stuff. You don't know where it's from. Basically, go into the garden, pick it, put it on your plate. It's going to do you so much good. It's going to do your family so much good. So
Yeah.
exactly.
And trying to get it like healthy ways to get your children to eat healthy food.
Mhm.
So because we have young children,
Yeah.
because we are almost like grandparents here, we have a lot of kids all the time. We're always having to feed them, and their parents are always shocked when they come back to say, "How did my child eat that?
Yeah.
My child never ate that." So because
Mhm.
of the interaction we have with the people around us, we push to eat healthy. And most of the
Yeah.
food that we put out is quite healthy. Well, maybe except the popcorn. Someone did call us out on the sweet popcorn.
Yeah.
But it had too much butter and sugar
Yeah.
in it. And, someone said that's a very unhealthy treat. We said, well, once in a while, it's not going to hurt you. But yeah, we are very aware of, health. And we are UN SDG supporters. We're just appointed recently this year in SDG 3. Health and well-being is what we represent. And we try as much as possible. We have a responsibility as a platform that has some influence.
Can I thank you both very much, William and Lulu? This has
Thank you
been
so much.
absolutely amazing. And I'm expecting a sample, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
this is ready for you.
Oh
so
my gosh.
we cannot wait for you to have a
Thank
beautiful
you.
taste of it.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, we were excited to hear that
Look
you
at
were
that.
not into meat, so
Excellent.
Yeah, that's perfect.
this was for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm sure that Nifas, our cameraman, will help me demolish that. Thank you so much, you
No,
two.
thank you
It's
so
been
much for
brilliant.
having us.
Thank you.
for having us.
I met the lovely Lulu and William whilst in Zambia in August this year. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this episode of Africa Here and Now. You can also get us on the major audio platforms. Follow us on the socials. I'm at Martine Dennis on X. Our original music is by Enric Adam. Nefas Tembu was my cameraman in Lusaka. Simon Elliott put the whole show together. Huge thanks to Lulu and William Wood for their hospitality and for the chicanda. And as ever, my thanks to you for your company.